Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What's up? Welcome to In the Trenches podcast.
Sponsored.
Sponsored.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Crack Boba.
Because of J Kraken.
Yeah, they sponsored me. They're like, yo, our names are, we resonate, real, recognize real. Also, this wasn't planned, but our drinks are matching our outfits. David got, what'd you get? Talk to him, bro. What'd you get?
I got the matcha regular milk. No, matcha milk tea.
Are you lactose?
No, I wanted boba.
What is this foul sorcery?
I got the crack coffee, and I must say it does taste like crack. I was half asleep just 30 seconds ago, but I'm feeling a little more lively. We're actually filming this like after.
It's about 9 p.m.
Yeah, it's
so
9
pretty
p.m.
late.
We all got off of shoots. Reagan had midterms. David had a full day. I had a full day, but we're out here in the trenches, half asleep. So we're gonna be drinking coffee. So don't mind us. But this episode, we are gonna be talking about. We like to meme this, but one of my current favorite music videos we've shot, and that is
One of our favorite artists too.
100%. This he's such a beautiful soul, and it's always really fun to collaborate with him. And so today we're going to be talking about Rocky's Light of Day music video. And this marks All Films' fourth collaboration with Rocky solo, because we've collaborated with Rocky on
Crash Test.
Crash Test. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
just Crash. So technically the fifth.
Wait,
fifth
this
time.
is the fourth one.
Yeah, because
But
so
fifth with Crash Test. Okay.
with Crash Test, because we had worked on
Burn
None
It
of Y'all.
Down.
Yeah.
No, oh yeah, none of y'all.
None of Y'all, Honeymoon Phase,
Burn
and
It
then
Down.
Burn It Down, and then Light of Day would technically be the fourth with Rocky.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this like from a song perspective is a very meaningful song, and I think David, you could probably touch on that because this whole treatment came about when you guys had some really deep conversations revolving around the story behind the song, the narrative. So
Yesterday, we still had a talk.
about Light of Day.
Yeah,
Oh,
about
shit.
everything. And then I looked at my phone. I was like an hour and a half convo. I was like, oh fuck. But yeah, like the Light of Day music video. What's really special about it is that it accumulates all the conversations that me and Rocky had about life, about what he was going through, what I was going through. The record itself has another meaning. Rocky could explain that. But for me to connect to it, the visual aspect of it, he allowed me to translate what that record meant to me. And so we'll start from the beginning of the record. Is that cool?
That sounds good.
Okay. So like the intro itself, shout out to Los Wave. What really caught me the first time Rocky sent me that record, you could hear it, boom. And then you just hear this
Yeah,
like
it's like bare bones, very just like dusty bare bones beat. I mean that in a good way, dusty and in like it feels nostalgic.
so he does that pause,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the first time when Rocky sent that to me, that stood out. I was like, I kind of looked at myself like, wait, did something happen?
Yeah.
So I played it back and I was like, okay, I have to do something that represents that in the visuals. So you'll see him bouncing his head and then takes off the headset to symbolize the pause, right? Then the first verse, originally I wanted to do like eye to mouth,
Oh yeah.
but we didn't have
yeah.
the macro lens.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but he had a dope.
We love macro lenses now.
Yeah,
It's all I
Yeah.
want to shoot on.
he had a dope
Chain.
chain.
Yeah.
And my wife's like, "Why are you shooting his nipples?" No,
I
but
was
it
thinking
was
that too. It was a lot of nip.
There's a lot of this, but
lot of nip.
it was focused on the chain. But the reason why we did that was so it takes you away from that room, and then
That's right. Yeah.
and then you pan up to his mouth, and then you just kind of like he's silhouetted a little
Yeah.
bit. So that verse and his intention of like the way his flow, we recorded the verse several times, like the video wise, and he was like big action. It didn't get to the real emotion until the end when we reshot it.
Right. Right.
Then he kind of like calmed down
Yeah.
and forgot we were there, and he was just rapping.
Yeah. Because Rocky does have like he's got a physicality to him when he performs, which is fantastic. When you see him perform live, he's like, I love Rocky's energy. With this song though, it is very introspective. So I think the usual like high energy. I mean, dude, on None of Y'all, he's literally like running at you on the camera. So it's like he's got this high energy, but for this song, it is very much an introspective, sort of withdrawn kind of vibes. So like you said, we were going back and forth in post production where it's like, oh,
It feels better on.
it feels better on some of those
Yeah,
shots.
we're still in the first verse, and we go to the table where he overflows the drink, and that comes with conversations of me and him feeling like overwhelmed about situations that we're going through in life, right? So the overflow of the cup, while the world around him is still evolving and changing. And then at his recent performance, he even announced like he's been
4 months
4 months
sober.
sober
Yeah.
because he told me,
Yeah.
right? But he hasn't really told everybody
Yeah.
about it yet. So that was part of like the idea, like, hey, that'd be really cool if we just have you rapping and just overflowing.
I love that.
That part.
It's like what
Yeah,
so
that part.
the the idea, well, was the idea supposed to be like it's overflowing but he's not drinking it because he doesn't need it? Is that?
So if you listen to the lyrics,
Yeah.
he's saying something, but there's an undertone about it too, about his current life where he's not drinking.
Yeah.
So that too. So it symbolizes two things, but that's my take and his take, right?
Yeah.
And that's what makes it cool about the conversations that we had about this visual is that we both feel something towards it, even, in our own lives like
Right.
that.
For those of you guys who don't know, David's also having a little bit of a dry 2025. No, dude, I'm
Yeah.
really proud of you. That he's been, what day is today? March 20s. Reagan, fact check us. What day is today?
March 20, I think
24th.
24,
So, dude,
yeah.
you're that's like 84 and change days sober, which is impressive. You're almost on 90 days, dude.
Yeah, 90 days, I'm
There-
going to take a
there's
shot.
there's been there's been multiple times on my birthday too. David didn't drink once, which is very impressive. I admire both of your guys' resolve, and I think to hear that Rocky is 4 months sober from alcohol, or whatever the case, whatever your poison is,
Everything.
everything. He's just 4 months,
Yeah.
and then I know you're on your dry run. It's no wonder you guys resonated so much in those conversations because you guys are both on that journey, on that
Yeah.
sobriety journey, and I'm over here drinking scotch.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Then we get to the chorus where he's tidying up his like the dishes, right?
Oh yeah,
And so that's about him wanting to change his life,
he's
right?
cleaning up,
He's cleaning up.
picking up
So
the
it's pretty,
pieces.
yeah, straightforward with that. Then we go to the second verse, and off of that, I think that just came off of collaboration with all of us in the room. Originally, we wanted to just have him rap, and in the background, we were gonna change the frames.
Yeah.
But we thought it'd be really cool that he had the poster up front, and then he dropped it. And then you'll see the shot with the hats and a figure. All the hats is actually Rocky's dad's hat who passed away.
Oh, the hats were his dad's.
All of his dad's.
Whoa, I didn't know that. I thought
And
those were his hats.
the
little
figure
crochet
was.
doll.
I don't know if it was given in the vlog that I posted. There's a letter to it that I think his dad wrote to Rocky.
Yeah.
I'll show the video here, but there's like a message on it that is towards Rocky.
I saw that because when we were speaking of VFX, when we were rotoscoping it, I'm like, what is this?
Then the ending was, just flashbacks of him, tidying up. For this treatment, to me, it's very special because it's like I've had deep conversations with Rocky. I think this visual, I love the way you move the camera.
Yeah, this one was really fun from a cinematography perspective too.
Yeah, it's because that song resonated with you too.
Oh, 100%. Interestingly enough, if we're talking about, our fathers who have passed away, when my dad passed away, I remember when we were driving home from the cemetery, I was listening to Nujabes. I'm
I don't
butchering
even
his
know
name.
how to. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I'm
How
gonna
to
say
the name.
Nujabes.
Yeah,
Nujabes.
Nujabes.
My boy Seba June. But we were listening to Spiritual State in the car back or the car ride home, and that's still to this day that's like my Zen song, and it's comfort, it's nostalgic, and Light of Day by Rocky like kind of embodied that for me when I heard it, and I think because of that I really latched on to the song and I guess the emotional beats throughout. From a cinematography perspective, I think I'm gonna try and just sum it up in as many highlights as possible. But one of the unique things about this was the location itself, and that plays a big part in adding character to this music video. We filmed at Rocky's apartment, and Reagan was actually saying earlier how when you think of like an artist's apartment, like Rocky's apartment is that place. There's a lot of texture, there's a lot of like personal memorabilia. There, like David said, he's
No, we
got
set design that, bro.
yeah. Oh
we
yeah,
spent hours.
sorry.
No, I'm just
It's
joking.
not all natty.
I'm
No.
just messing
No,
with
it's
you.
all natty. That's all.
That's Rocky's vibes.
Yeah. It's such a and it's so characteristic of Rocky. Like it's like so him. I love that it feels so uniquely like Rocky.
I want to add to that. He said something to me recently. He was like, I came from Oregon, and then he found his family in Santa Ana.
Oh, I love
And
that.
when you walk in that room, you do feel that his family
There's a
here.
there's a photo of him and Nick from Undecided Future, a band that we all recently shot too. I don't know. I thought that photo was dope. It was him and Nick, and like Nick with his broken ankle. But his apartment, there's a lot of character to it, and he's got like not natural, but like lighting fixtures that already kind of exist there. So from a cinematography perspective, we kind of wanted to just enhance. I mean, as you do, like enhance what's already working from a lighting perspective, and use the existing lights in his apartment to motivate the lighting that we ended up going with in the music video.
And we only brought 3 lights.
Yeah, what was it? The 300, the
60,
60.
60 spotlight with the spotlight.
Yeah, the 300.
I forgot what those are called.
Oh, the
It's
dash
not.
light?
Oh yeah, there you go.
The
The
dash
dash
light,
light.
yeah.
There it is.
So it's super run and gun setup. Like probably the lightest we've ever gone in terms of bringing actual like fixtures out there.
We
But
brought more
oh yeah,
for our podcast.
I know. Even this lighting setup
This
is
is
more
this
intense.
is this is stronger.
Yeah, because we have the 600. We key with the
Yeah.
600. But for
Sorry,
the
Rocky.
yeah, from a camera standpoint, I got to film with my SAC again. I use that a lot. No, but it was actually really good because there's a lot of handheld shots in this music video versus our typical. Because I never really bring the easy rig to like smaller run and gun shoot. It's just too cumbersome, and it works on the bigger shoots. On these smaller run and gun shoots, like I highly recommend a camera saddlebag. What's it called? I think that's what it's called.
Sack.
Sack. Well, it's called the sack, but it's called I think a camera saddle. I think that's like the actual like gear terminology for it. I have to look it up, but I recommend it. It looks weird when you get it on an Instagram targeted ad. You're like, why would I need that? But it actually is so useful for saving your back. On top of that, we throughout the entire music video, we were running David's
Polar
Polar Pro, yeah.
heavy mist.
It's a heavy mist, so that's why
Yeah.
it's halation-y throughout. And then I think the last bit of gear is the slider, which is important in this music video, just because it gave us a lot. Actually, there was a lot of those smooth shots that we used the slider for. Like one of the I think
the water.
the water shot.
The
I
bed
think that's
shot.
everyone's favorite shot because
Yeah.
it's just really fun. I think the action plus like the slow push in.
We did it once.
Oh yeah, it was one take because otherwise Rocky would have to keep pouring pineapple truly on his table in it. So, but yeah, I think those 3 elements: Rocky's apartment, the mist filter, and then slider shots. I think that's what really characterized this from a cinematography standpoint.
If you think about it, every part of the corner of his house he
Mhm.
framed up really well. So we touched
Yeah,
every side.
and credit to Rocky's place just has so much character. It's like I think it'd be a crime not to utilize all those walls, especially the one where he holds up the portrait. It just looks like a little museum or something of Rocky's life. So, yeah, I mean, I loved filming there.
It's a special record for all of us.
Yeah,
We're hoping it resonates. I mean, that's why we're discussing it now,
right.
right? And I even broke it down for viewers on social media
Oh,
just because
yeah.
it meant that much
With
to
the
us
carousel?
too. Yeah.
Yeah, I should send you the B-roll clip of me saying, "This is my favorite. These are my favorite shots." But it really was, and we can say those final thoughts, or I have some closing thoughts, but before that, we can talk about. Oh shoot, I gotta look at my notes.
Challenges and
Yeah, challenges. I guess before I forget, I guess the one challenge, at least off the top of my head, are Rocky. Rocky had these little light bulbs, like the little fairy light bulbs,
yeah.
that I feel like added character to the shots. Like it's the kind of warm little bokeh balls that are present in the shots. The only thing is like it's a shutter issue because they start to band. You start to see banding and flickering, and so they're always a little difficult to work with. I mean, at the end of the day, the music video is very dreamy to begin with. We have like a full stop of mist on there, so it's this music video is very gritty, and you could see the noise, like the grain. But
Yeah.
I mean, I loved it. I think it fits so perfectly for the vibe. So, what was your biggest challenge, David, on this one?
Well, I remember getting back and editing, and I finished the edit in like an hour,
Oh yeah,
and I was like,
that
wait,
doesn't sound like a challenge.
wait, no, but I'll explain. So usually, like, I'm like, all right, I'll wake up the next day and I'll try to figure it out, and I was like, I think I resolved it off of my brain already, but I was still trying things. I even tried the next day.
You felt it was incomplete, or you?
I felt like it just needed
Oh,
something.
something. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so I was trying like, stacking stuff and I
Oh,
couldn't.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I remember you texted me. You sent me like the picture-in-picture stuff,
Yeah, but I
which is
also was
cool.
editing other projects too that might have been
Oh,
influencing me to do that.
actually, yeah,
Yeah.
loose ends.
But I came to the conclusion that I was done with it. Part of the challenge for me was like letting it go and then allowing you to take it to another step, right?
Oh, from VFX. So
And sound design,
the extra cuts.
VFX,
So
sound design.
we came. I think we came to the conclusion that like, cause yeah, like you said, David had a second cut that he showed me, and it had like flares, like film grain, ghosting, like a ton of stuff, and then we're like, I think your first cut was
Was better.
that was the
Yeah.
benchmark, and so we stripped it back to the first cut, and it felt better already. Um, One of the conversations we had is I think the way that we filmed it, it felt like it was good as is. Like I think it didn't need all those additional effects. And I'm saying that because
No, no, it's true.
we're like, bro, it doesn't need additional effects. And we ended up adding additional effects
Yeah.
anyways. Um,
Well, it's subtle.
yeah. I,
It's
I didn't
subtle.
want it to be all the effects that you see in the music video, like I think they only last 2 seconds. So there's this idea that there's like this kind of like almost ghostly shadowing, like blue shadow,
Yeah.
blue like outline.
Which he got from one of the lights. Like you color tapped it from one of the lights in the room, right?
Yeah, or one of the walls. So the blue Rocky has this blue wall. I just wanted every effect to be almost like I don't know. I guess I took it in a more like darker direction where I'm like, I want it to feel like you're hallucinating and you have like a moment of like schizophrenia or something where it's like,
Yeah.
because I showed David this clip from Black Swan where the character Nina is tripping out and like the photos on her wall start like coming alive and she's like having a mental breakdown. So I mean, I know that's really dark, but I kind
So
of
Rocky's having a mental breakdown. No, it's joking.
who knows if you want to interpret it like that. No,
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 I'm
no.
joking.
But
We're joking, Rocky.
I think I wanted every effect to be. I didn't want to take away from the frames that we were already creating. And I feel like we didn't have to, but I think there were some frames that we held. Again, it was run and gun day. We had like 5 hours together. So on those kinds of days, you don't quite have all the time you'd like to shoot different angles. Like if we could, maybe we'd shoot him from 3/4 or whatever the case is. But we got a wide of him. We got like one tight. And so in order to like, get the most mileage out of our footage and hold that frame, I figured let's just add like one quick like hit of some sort of effects. And so,
Which became as exciting for me for the push in of the water
oh yeah.
to see the push in and you see burn it down in the background.
Oh yeah, we threw it back to burn it
Yeah,
down.
that was dope.
Yeah, and then like just outlining certain things, and then you that kind of becomes a recurring motif that affect the blue effect throughout the music video. So that was all done in one night. I came to David's after work, and we were gonna watch a Lakers game, and I was just like, "Dude, this is gonna be really quick. I'm just gonna color it. That's it." And then we end up spending like 6 hours
Yeah.
trying to figure it out.
We edited the whole night,
Yeah.
and we didn't even finish it. You took it home to finish it.
Oh, to do the sound design.
The
Yeah.
sound design.
And the sound design is also, I think I was just looking up, again, I was trying to go for like this kind of ghostly, almost hallucination-y.
It fits perfect with the beat.
Yeah.
Like Rocky was like that. That shit's hard.
As long as the
Yeah.
client likes it, everybody, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that that's kind of it for the VFX. Again, there's not even a whole lot of VFX to begin with, but we just wanted something that would, I guess, just add a little bit of flair. Because I think at the end of the day, we felt like it needed just a little something something. But we, as much as possible, I think we wanted to stay true to what we shot, even the noisier aspects of the music video. Like David had us add, I think the last pieces you were like, let's just add grain on everything.
Yeah.
Okay, we could cut this part out. He did that because I fucking exported in 1080. Okay, let's see. We won't tell him
Yeah.
that.
We leaned on the intentional side of it, but
Yeah.
so we added more noise.
Yeah, not because we needed to. Cause actually, yeah, because we needed to. With that said, final thoughts on the music video?
Final thoughts. Rocky, thank you for sharing the record. Thank you for all the long conversations, sharing what you're going through, even listening to me, what I'm going through, and allowing us to make a visual piece that we're all connected to.
I agree.
That's dope. So, Rocky, thank you.
Thank you, bro. I think just my lasting thought, I feel like for this style of music, for the more boom bap, dusty, nujabes, nostalgic, J Dilla type of beat, I got that same feeling. Everything from the run and gun nature of the shoot, even the film grain, the noise, how introspective and meaningful the song is to David and Rocky, and I think how we captured everything at the end of the day. It all coalesced into something that felt greater than the sum of its parts. So yeah, it was a blast working on this project, and I think something as meaningful as that, it was privileged to get to work with Rocky again, and for him to share it with us was awesome. So thank you, dude, for being down to collaborate with us.
Thank you, Rocky.
Yeah.
So that camera, this camera, this camera, what are you gonna tell your
What do you
friends?
got to? Was this Hot Ones? All right, guys. Well, we got more music videos coming up. Thank you guys so much for joining us on In the Trenches podcast. I've been your host, Jay Kraken, aka James Cortez. Got David Aure in the house, and we will catch you guys on the next one. If you guys resonated with Light of Day, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna
Run it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the mic drop. No, I'm just kidding.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother. Woo!
Cheers. Cut.
All right.
Thank you.
And we're out.